on the ground spots or like redness on the face.
Do me, do me. No, don't do me.
Well, my family just left because my wheelchair died while I was heading up CVS. And I was creeping my way back home, and the chair kept turning off violently because I almost slipped off. You know, it just abruptly stops and it makes me go out like that. So I had to hold on for dear life. So I called the company, New Motion, and they want me to go under the hood and see what's going on. I said, "Would you like me to do an oil change while I'm underneath there?" I'm in a wheelchair. Why would you ask me to see what's wrong with the chair, to see this and that? This company is a joke. And so they said they would come tomorrow because I need an appointment. Sir, I'm abandoned on the sidewalk in Main Street. So that means I have to stay here overnight till you come? Like, they make no freaking sense. Every time I have a problem with this chair, and I have numerous times, this is what they do. And they want you to videotape. I can't even see my phone. How am I supposed to look for your text when the sun is beaming on my beaming on here, and I need a new phone anyway. So this is what I had to deal with, and I sat there, and so I called my son-in-law, and just for them to know that I am stranded on the sidewalk, Main Street. First I was well, I turned around because the battery was already dying, and I just left the house. I was about 2 miles away, and I noticed it last time when I took it out to Stop and Shop, and the battery already the lines were going, and I'm like, what's going on? So they're not making things good anymore. These chairs used to last at least 7 years, but 5-6 years they're not. And so I creeped my way the best I could. Thank God it didn't stall out while I was crossing the street, especially where I live, where they like to run people over. And I already been hit by a car there, and 3 people died, fatal deaths of hit and runs in my town last summer. And summer hasn't even started yet. So I stopped in front of near Dairy Queen, in the car, and the wheelchair kept stopping. It did like maybe 3 seconds maybe, and so I finally called my son-in-law, and then he said he would call my daughter. He told me to call her, but I said no, I'm not. You do it, because she's working. And so, but they were on their way, so I had called the company, and this is what they wanted me to check under the hood. I mean, really? I'm in a wheelchair. Would you like me to change the tires? They're just really ignorant and stupid. And they want me to take the phone and show them what's going on. I don't know what's going on. What do you want to see? A dirty ass wheelchair that's out and about? And so they said, well, they come tomorrow. So by then, they'll call it the ambulance or something, or I don't know. This is terrible. And so I got down where Petrucci's is, across the street from Walgreens, and I stood there for maybe 30 minutes before the family came. I have a fold-up wheelchair in the back of the SUV, and I told them bring that, and they did. They pushed me in my dead wheelchair to her car, and I got in, and then my son-in-law and my grandson pushed the wheelchair all the way home. Like, they did 2 miles of that. And so, because I can't afford to do that, and doing 3 seconds every time to get home, creeping my way home. So I don't need that to stop when you're crossing the street, because people are maniacs. Like, they're crazy. They don't stop. You've seen videos. I have videos of a car going through the red light while I was halfway on the walk sign. And this is how crazy it is, beeping at me. But I hear so many stories, but 3 people died last year, so I don't know what they're going to do. They got cameras. So they bring out the fold-in wheelchair, and I get in, and I get in the house. And of course, that chair is like I used to take it out in the Christmas tree shop, which is no longer exist. And that's what that's for, to go grocery shopping, but it's for the car, for the SUV, to take out to go to the stores and stuff, not to or the mall or whatever, not to go on the streets and stuff. The sidewalks are broken. There's potholes. It's not going to happen. I can barely get out of the door with it. It just doesn't. It's not that kind of chair. So it's just for. Even though I did go to Gillette's Castle and I used it, I would take it out to Mystic Seaport and aquarium and all that. I did all that. Mystic Seaport. But in my town, no. The sidewalks are horrific. They're working on the bridge, the highway, and all that nonsense. And that's going to be all summer. So it's like, here I was ready to buy this Mother's Day's next month, and I wanted to buy the 360 camera, and now they have a drone. And I said, wouldn't it be nice to put the drone on the 360 camera on the drone? Which I'm having problems with my drone now. I don't know what happened. It turns on, but it's not flying. So I have to deal with that. That was yesterday. So what do they say? When it rains, it pours. And I'm just going to let it go. I'm not letting it get to me at all. I was dealing with vertigo. And so I was doing some exercises my doctor had me do for all that. And it worked. And so now I have to see what they're going to do with this chair, because it's one more year and I get a new one, and so I have to have a wheelchair. What are we going to do? I can't use that one. It's not for that, you know. It's whew. Here, I'll show it to you. I hate this. There it is. I need a new phone. I'm pressing the button and it's not doing anything. I mean, this phone is from 2019. I mean, I about had it with it. What a day. I wouldn't want deja vu of this day. Only one person asked me if I was okay, and I really vented with her. God bless you wherever you are. She was definitely a sweetheart. Thank you for letting me get that frustration out. Then I pressed the button to show her, and it went. It went. And it got me around the corner, and then it died again, and then it just wouldn't. So, and every time the battery was draining, and it should be, it's a brand new battery, and it was already 2 lines, and I wasn't even at my destination yet. I know how far I could go. But it's just, the chair had it, you know. It's outside, covered up. I can't bring it in the house because there's no room for a chair to sit like that unless I'm using it. So I have the one that's in the SUV. That wheelchair folds up and goes in the back of your SUV. I had that since 2018. Still goes, same battery. But these wheelchairs today are just not up to par. They don't last. It's an orange chair. The last one I had was pink, and that died in ShopRite, but it was 7 years old with the same battery. I'd love to have that chair back. But it's over. It's over and done. I mark this day 4/14/2026. My orange wheelchair passed away. Hopefully they can fix it. I don't know, parts are falling off it. And I knew, you know, I'm always one preaching to everybody. When you say, well, trust what you know, trust what you know. I knew, I just felt it. And what happened? I got stranded. I just wanted out of this house, man. It's 82 degrees. Who's taking a nap in a day like that? The snow's melted. We could go out now. And so I was trying to do that because I have plans. Again, last time I had plans, Autumn passed away. And now here I am, making plans. I do not want the 360 drone. I don't want that. But I put it up for people to see it. It's pretty cool, but I don't want it. A lot of people videotape in Hartford, but I did that a long time ago. putting them up, but they're doing it with drones and stuff like that. Even though I did too, but I don't know. I feel like I'm slacking, but I have vertigo, and so I was dealing with that. And the wheelchair I have is really not comfortable to sit in. It's not like you're sitting in your car, which is more comfortable. And that's why I wasn't driving my SUV, because the vertigo, the dizziness was so bad. I feel like you're just gonna get very violently sick. And I feel like I was in the wash machine. When the wash machine's taking all the water out and it's spinning like this. And my nurse is telling me, because you're just getting old. I said, that's what all that stuff is that I'm complaining about? Well, my doctor says, no. You got vertigo. So she sends me on YouTube to look up these videos, and I looked, and I had to find one for me, because they want you to do stuff. I'm in a wheelchair, crying out loud. So I found something. You lay down and you put your legs up, and then you put your chin down like that. Real hard, put a lot of pressure, or things like this. Then you turn yourself, you do it that way, then you do the other side. Things like that, and it worked. It was nice getting out of bed this morning, or turning around the middle of the night and not feeling like I'm going to fall off the bed. And it's like heat exhaustion. It's like a heat stroke. And I've had those at the beach. That's why I don't go to the beach anymore. You feel like you're going to die. So that happened at Rocky Neck. I'll never forget it. And my daughters were little, and it was like, that's all I need to do is die on this beach with these two little girls to fend for themselves. So I didn't go to the beach no more, at least not by myself with the girls. And what did I have? I think I had the Mustang. I had a yellow Mustang with black stripe on the side, and a moonroof that you had to take out manually. That was 1980, 81, 82, yeah. Then I had a beautiful Mitsubishi Mirage my father bought me. Then I bought a Toyota Celica, which was so badass. It's one of the first people to have a car starter in it, and the lights went up and down, up and down. And I had the windows tinted. I said, I want my car to be like Christine. So the guys put tints in there, and I already had a built-in car alarm, but I put a car starter. And that was awesome, because people didn't know when your car would start by itself, it was freaking them out. More better than the ones they have already built-in cars. Way better. And so it was nice. And people were always checking that car out, We're at the movies, at the King's movie theater in Hartford. And some kid was, teenager was looking at it. He was just looking at it and scoping it out. And I saw him, it was like 20 cars away, if not more. But I spotted him checking the car out. Had a spoiler, a moonroof. It was just a badass car. And everybody wanted it. I was getting honked out on the highway, just harassed, asking me how much I want for it. I'm like, it's my favorite car. I love Toyotas. Anyway, so I pressed the button to start the car up, and he backed off from the car in shock, and he looked at it, and he's looking at it, and the car started right up, just like Christine. And as we got closer and closer, I walked in front of him, like, get out of my way, so I can get in the car. And he put a mask on his face. You ever see people with a smile on their face, but it's not a smile, it's a mask? Well, I'm a sensitive, so I can read energy. And we all got in the car. It was me, my son-in-law, my daughters, and we all got in, and I drove off. He was just at awe. He was gonna break in the car and take it. That's what he was thinking of doing. But you can't steal the car, especially if I turn it on. You can't take it. It'll turn right off. I got it booby trapped. So you can look, but don't touch. So he got in and took off. He couldn't take his eyes off. He's still standing there watching us in the car, driving off. Car starter. That's badass. Now everybody, all new cars have car starters, but they're not the greatest. My SUV has one, and it's not all that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Brand new car, brand new. It was in the showcase. That's the one I got. And the car starter didn't work all the time. Then wintertime in the snow, I couldn't go out to it to warm it up because the car starter wouldn't work. And do you know it costs like over $200 to get a battery for your remote for your car? People, all they want to do is make money. They don't care about you. I'm smiling, but this was a fucked up day. It was a day, but I'm grateful that the kids came and got me, and Julio pushed the wheelchair with Sapo all the way home. And I know everybody knows that chair. I know everybody saw that chair, them pushing it over here. It's crazy. It's just not safe. So my daughter brings McDonald's home, and I can't tell you that McDonald's French fries are my favorite, but I haven't had McDonald's since the late 80s. I have not touched McDonald's since the late 80s. I told my daughter, do you think I'll get addicted? Because you know they put something in the food, right? And she laughs. But I'm not a fast food person. I cook from scratch. Eat none of that. But it was a nice treat. I'm not up for cooking today. Not what happened today. I should have just stayed home. But then I was going to go to Walmart. And can you imagine that happening to me on the bus or over there? There's no way they'd get the chair home. I'd have to leave it. I'd have to abandon the chair. So with that said, it's 9:43 p.m. The numbers are April 14th. April 14th, that's Loretta Lynn's birthday. You know, the day she died, I was thinking about her before I found out she died. And I kept hearing her talk to her father that you got 2 left shoes. And he said, oh, we got to take it back. They bought their stuff out of a catalog. And I kept thinking about it. That kept repeating over my head. So I go and I sit down, put on the TV, and they announced that Loretta Lynn passed away. I went, what? I just got finished hearing her say, what'd she call her father? That you got 2 left shoes. Herman. For Herman, you got 2 left shoes. Something like that. And then I found out she passed away. And today's her birthday. Today's also the anniversary of my son-in-law asking my daughter to be his girlfriend. They told me. She was 15. Julio was born in Puerto Rico. He's from Aguadilla. One of my favorite pueblos in Puerto Rico. I love Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's the bomb. Yeah. So I'm tired and I want to go to bed. And that's about it. I got the air conditioner on if you can hear it. They got everything ready. And you just got one more air conditioner to put in the window for a backup. So when this one dies, I have another one. And then we'll be good. So I still got my clothes on that I went out. It looks like I got some sunburn. Sitting out in the sun waiting for my daughter to come. She got a nice SUV. I wanted to give her mine, but she already bought that one. So with that said, I'm going to say good night, sleep tight, don't let the boogeyman get you tonight.